Hi there, I'm Dr. LaQuita J, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about all things in between being and becoming a pharmacist. How you doing? Y'all all right? I want to come in today, to really say, welcome back to Let's Go Through This Vlogmas. I realized on day 9 the video did not post, and I wanted to come today to show you a contrast of where being in grief. Last week it was a thickness of grief. And type of grief is I lost a parent, my mother being Zach, and this particular grief is like the days leading up is just heavy, and then the day out, the day of, like whatever day it is, whether it's her birthday, her death date, or any kind of momental date, is I'm okay, but the days leading up is just bad, right? So I wanted to show the contrast and how today I don't feel like the sense of urge to cry. Now, day 9, you see me boo-hoo, but here today I don't feel the day of crying. And today I said to myself, I said, you know, this is the day that you learn what true love was. This was the day when you learned how to really grieve. This was the day, instead of just saying like all the negative things that happened, I look at it as this is the day where you were so selfless with love. And I really was. I was so selfless. And also too, that is the point of me sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly, because you never know who it can help. Years ago, I'm a big advocate of Dr. Eric Thomas. Like, that's how I got through pharmacy school. Like, a lot of things, just to simply motivation, right? And he had posted a video, and it was like when his wife had got diagnosed with MS, and he said, he was like, I'm not the one who got diagnosed with MS, she was. And when he said that, and it was like when my mom got diagnosed with cancer, it was like I wasn't the one who got diagnosed with cancer, she was. So my goal was to not treat her like a cancer patient, not treat her like she was about to die, just treat her like I always treated her. Just say, you know, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this the best way we know how, the best way we can. And that was the thing. So today I'm sharing these things because I don't know who is going to reach, but the right person would hear it, and the right person would need it. Okay, that's one. Two is I have a thing, and I have started this habit of when things are worrying me or irritating or things like, instead of me just focus on the negative, I reframe it with something positive, saying like, today is my mom's death day. Today makes 5 years she left this earth. And I'm sure I'm gonna cry at some point, but right now you see it's a calmness, right? And right now it's more of, I'm gonna say this is the day that I learned what true love was. Like, I felt it, I understood it. Today was the day when I said that it was such a selfless day, because I knew at that time, they told us that tomorrow we're gonna pull the plug and that's gonna be it. And I was so selfless in that moment. Instead of me letting it be my last time with her, my brother and I, we sent messages to all our family members and saying, because she still could hear. She couldn't see or speak. Well, she can see. Well, she could still hear. And I sent everybody, was like sending her a message. So she went out knowing she was loved, hearing like videos and calls from people who were saying they love her. She heard it. She heard gospel music playing all the way through, like the song, her favorite songs. Like, she walked away knowing that she was a loved woman. It was a thing, and it was also a thing too. I saw like when she was still alive, and she shook her head like this, and I said, she's not coming home. And I was sometimes it kind of upsets me when I said she was not coming home. So her friend was like, she's not coming home. And I shook my head, and it was one of those things. But I saw her shake her head, and then I saw her, she opened her eyes, and it was the life was gone. She was gone, like the spirit was gone. There was no, it was a lifeless body, and it was like, it's time. And literally, doctors came in, 12 minutes. It took all 12 minutes, she was gone. So it's one of those things of, I can say this, and I can say it without tears, because it's you get to see life in a different stance. You get to see how important life really is. And a lot of times people always say, you know, you're so serious sometimes, or you're so this, or, you know, like, it's so heavy sometimes with you, because some things I experience, it just requires heaviness. And you carry those things. And to see her, some, like, you know, to see her, like, just become unrecognizable. The image that scares you at night. I saw that. And yeah, it's a thing. And it's something my cousin always say, like, we're part of this club, this social club that you don't ever want to be a part of, but they don't want to get it. Like, and when you lost a parent, you really lost it. And you lost someone, you understand it, you get it. But it's definitely that thing. So I come here today to say, one, sharing the highs of the high to the lows of the low. And seeing how day 9, I remember that now I broke down and cried that day. And today, there was a tear on the eye, on the water, but it didn't come out, and I was not going to hide it. It just didn't come out. And it's just one of those things of life that I had to process. I wouldn't say I would accept so much of it, but I learned how to cope and process it and feel it. Because I don't say I deal with anything, I feel it. So no matter whatever you got going, and life is life, and things of it all, it's true testament of, like, how we reframe our thinking. My whole life changed in 6 weeks. 6 weeks, my entire life changed. It took 6 weeks. It changed. And I think that's what it was. That's what 2020 was. It was like always consistent life transitions, and my mind just couldn't cope with it. But towards the end, it had hit me. What's that? It's that Mary J. Blige song, a whole year, a whole something year. And she started talking about the seasons. And she said by when I was left with someone, spring knocking or something, I don't know, but she said by when I was left with nothing. And it was by when I was left with nothing. It was transitions every quarter that year. I had moved 3 times. I had started 20 RPH. I had got my dream job, lost my dream job in 6 weeks. I moved in 6 weeks. Through every location, like I was moving like 6 weeks. And then at the end of the 6 weeks, my mother passes. Man, that's why I always say the power of 6 weeks. And it's something where me seeing how life changes so much, it's kind of why I would do 6 weeks. Then, like, you can do a lot in 6 weeks. It don't take that long. But I don't feel like I'm rambling. I do know what I said would touch you, and reframe it. Just reframe what you're going through. Reframe it. No, like, even I was talking to my friend yesterday, my accountability partner, and I was like, I got this situation. I was like, girl, this thing, I got so much stuff going on, because I've been trying to prevent a problem from happening. Now the very problem is about to happen, where the flooring in my house, like the refrigerator dropped, and I was like, oh my god. And she was like, girl, what's the worst thing that can happen? That refrigerator fall to the floor. I said, yeah, you right. That's the worst thing that can happen, and we'll figure it out. And it's like one of the things of saying, and it's so funny because I always say that, like, what's the worst thing that can happen? I always think, like, what's the worst thing that can happen? You know, I tell my clients, like, what's the worst thing that can happen? You fail the exam again? You already failed. You know what failure feels like, you know? And sometimes we have to have that mindset, what's the worst thing can really happen? And once we have that idea, like, what's the worst thing can really happen? Now let's go reframe it. What's the worst thing that can happen? Me sitting here in the bed, cry all day. I need that all week. Just being honest. I need all week and weekend. Just being honest. What's the worst thing could happen? So it has happened, and it's very real. But look at me. I hope you're enjoying the series. Let's grow together. If you know somebody who's really in the thick of grief, share day 9, share day 16, and let them know it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I know it may not seem right now, but it will be okay. Moment by moment, day by day, just time by time, it will be okay. It took me 5 years to get here. Okay, 5 years, but it will be okay. Just take it moment by moment. All right? Until next time. Remember that pharmacy is only if you are, and go be great, and I'll talk to you guys later.